What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Simple Sick Builds. As you guys can tell by the thumbnail of this video, I'm about to lower my car, and I'm going to show you exactly what I purchased to lower my car. So guys, I ended up picking up these H&R springs. I'm not going to go coilovers. The reason I'm not going to go coilovers is because I don't want to do a crazy slam on my car. I just want to have a little drop. I want to focus on more of a performance, and just a cool little drop would be nice, nothing too fancy. These are used, as you guys could tell, but we'll see how much of a drop they give. Supposedly the easy ones are the rears and the harder ones are the fronts. The guy told me when I was picking them up, he gave me a good deal, basically $100 for some springs. He only had them offer, he said, like about a little over 20,000 miles, and he said they're good. He's all like, they're still good to go for another couple more miles. But if they're not good, then it is what it is, you know. But we're gonna test it out ourselves, see how the ride is, soft or stiff. I'm gonna keep my stock shocks. I'm just upgrading the springs because I want to get a little drop on my car. I am rocking 19-inch wheels. I'm not really sure of the tire size, but I'll let you guys know. I'm gonna throw up a clip that I recorded with my phone earlier. Here we got the rear. I'm sitting on top of the lip, and this is where we're at right there. That's the rear right there, and as for the fronts, we're gonna sit right, try to get it right in the center, and we're about there. We'll see how much of a drop it gives it. Okay guys, I got the car jacked up. I'm starting with the front driver's side. I heard the fronts are the hardest, so to take this cover off so you can expose this down here, there are three 10mm, I think they're like plastic nuts. You have to turn them halfway and this pops off, so I'm gonna remove that real quick. And just like that, this plastic right here pops off. There's one right there, there's one right there, and there's one right there. We'll set that right there. So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and expose this top hat. I'm just gonna remove this little plastic rubber thing. It exposes the little top nut for the shock. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 13mm bolts we have to remove, and then we got one E19. It looks like this. That's gonna remove this bad boy right here. You can get these at Harbor Freight. They cost like about $20 for a set of, I think, a set of 20, not sure, but yeah, that's what you'll need to loosen up that bolt. So let me go ahead and loosen them up. Alright you guys, I also broke loose the top hat bolt. You'll need a special tool for that. My neighbor's actually, he just broke it for me. He has the tools for it, but he said just ask him when I need it again, so I'm gonna need it after I install it. But for now, he broke it loose for me. All these are broken loose. I'm gonna leave them like that. Now I'm gonna proceed to go to the bottom, and same thing right here. I'm gonna hold that down with a hand wrench or something, and then you need that little, I'm not really sure what those are called, but to break that off. And make sure you have another jack so you can push this up, that way you can break this off easier because there's a lot of tension on it. So we're gonna remove that. That's the link right there, and then we're gonna remove this bolt right here. I think it's a 18 or 19, not sure, but it's somewhere in that area. And then there's on the opposite a nut, and I think that's like about a 16 or a 17. So I break those off. Let's see how easy this is to take off. Right, you guys, all this was pretty easy. I took off this bolt. This side, I don't know what size it is, but I do know that the nut for this is a 17. So this is what I ended up using, since I don't got a lot of tools right now. I use this to hold that, and then I used the 17 right there to hold the opposite side. Broke off loose good. As for this setup, I used this thing right here. Oops, I fell. Well, these two things right here, that's the nut for it. I used this and that, but first I went off with 5/8 16mm, and I broke it loose just so it can be more easier to take off with that. That's how I took that off. Everything came out good. So like I said, you need 2 jacks so we can lift this up. I'll show you guys right now what I mean. You guys see that right there? That has a lot of tension on it, so lifting this up. Takes off tension off this. You can just take it off. Easy as that. As for the bolt and nut, make sure the bolt goes like this. This front of the bolt goes facing the bumper and the nut goes behind it, so you won't get that mixed up. So let me proceed to lower this down and see how hard it is. I'm gonna go take these bolts off right now. So guys, after you guys loosen up the top, mine's all broken out, everything's good to go. I see online that they recommend opening this up a little bit, so you can grab a flathead or something, open it up, because it's stuck together real good. So let me go ahead and break that open. I'm gonna be using this thing right here. I'm gonna drop this in the back and just give it a few taps and open it just a slight, so I can give this some wiggle room. So it was easy as that, guys. I opened this up a little bit more, wiggled it, and what I did is turn the steering wheel all the way that way. That way the caliper can twist this way, so I can have enough leverage to push down and pull out. So we're good to go. Now let's see if we can take this off and let's see how hard it is, because whew. So guys, I got the shock right here and everything. Here's a spring. I have these little spring compressors that I've been having for a long time. I'm going to be utilizing these, but I recommend you rent some or buy some in case you always be doing it. But this is turning out to be as simple as a Honda is, but with different bolt sizes obviously. But whew, I don't know why I'm winded. It's hot out here, so let me try to knock this out as quick as possible, because I just want to see this thing lowered. Hell yeah. So let me continue to do this, and like I said, this one's already slightly broken loose. All I need is to compress it and break it loose more, and we'll be good to go. And just like that, we got our first one. It took a little long because I was doing everything with this to tighten those bolts for the compression springs, but it should look just like this. Everything has guiding points, so the coil has to be all the way to there, and then the coil up here has to be all the way to that as well. Everything looks good. That's already done. My never came through clutch. So yeah guys, let's go ahead and install this bad boy. So I got it all the way jacked up. I made sure the top hat twisted, and the good thing is it has guiding points up here. It has these little nipples that stick out, so you can guide it straight there. So now I'm going to put all the bolts back together and tighten the top hat, and then I'll proceed to do the same on the bottom. So yeah, it's easy as that. Alright you guys, so I proceeded to screw down the 13mm bolts. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did it in a star pattern, and I didn't hand tight. I didn't do a torque spec, so you guys can give me shit in the comments for that. As well as this one, that's the E18. Also tighten that just by hand. I don't have a fancy tool, so it is what it is. But now you can just go ahead and put this cover back on like so. And you're set up here. Now you move on to the bottom portion. And like I said, it's good to have 2 jacks. I have 2 right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and proceed to put this thing through here. But as you guys can tell, it's a little higher than the actual thing, so I'm gonna jack it up and install that. Here is my setup on how I'm doing this right here, since I don't have a fancy tool that other people use. I'm doing this right here, and yeah, it's taking a little longer, but it's getting the job done. And like perfection guys, it is bolted down, like I said, hand tight, no torque specs, but it would be nice if I did have the tool. Do highly recommend you get something like this so you guys can do torque specs. On mine, I'm just doing it as it is. I'm probably get coilovers later. But as for the bottom now, remember guys, the bolt, the long bolt, where is it at? This big old long bolt goes like this, facing this way, and the nut goes on the rear of the fender. And don't forget this little plastic right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's a little groove right here. This groove goes in the middle of the little thing right here. I don't know how good you guys can see that right there. So basically, I don't know how good the camera angle is. It goes in there like so. Well, I can't do it. I need 2 hands, so let me get 2 hands so I can do this. So the bracket goes on there like so. I don't know if you guys can see that. It slides in. Let me try to get a better angle. It's hard to put the camera up in here. Let me see if I can move with 1 hand now. See guys, it goes in that little crevice, and then you put the bolt through, and it should snug that tight as well. Alright you guys, so the back is really basic. The back, all you gotta do is take off
this plate, this bottom plate. I believe it has 10 millimeter bolts or screws. I'm not really sure. We'll find out. And just this bolt and this bolt right here. Remember, one's facing the opposite, one's facing the opposite way as well. As you can tell, that's the nut, that's the bolt. I'm gonna see if I can film this, well, just this part real quick, and then I'll show you when the spring is out, because my camera's about to die and I don't have my backup battery with me. So I'm just gonna knock it out real quick, and then yeah, I'll show you the spring itself, how I'm gonna install it. After taking off those two bolts and nuts, this thing should pop out freely. You can step on this thing a little bit more. As you can see, it's loose. And basically transfer over that and put it on here, and you'll be all good. It is a simple one, so let me just finish this up. And just like that, I'm all done. Now I'm gonna put the wheel on, and this car needs to go for a wash, as you guys can tell, and then I'll show you how it looks like. I think it's gonna look nice.
All right, you guys, it's been a whole week since I installed my H&R lowering springs. These springs are red, and the other day I came across some blue ones. I'm not sure if there's a difference in stiffness or anything, so you guys would have to do your research on that, or if you guys know, please comment down below and let me know, hey, there's a difference between the red and the blue, but mine are H&R springs. I'm not sure how much of a drop they usually do give, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you how low my car sits with the whole rim and tire setup that I have. I think it looks perfect. There's nothing more I could ask for. So let me just get into it and show you the car, how it looks. So here it is, guys. This is how the car sits. I don't know how good it is due to the sun's super bright. Let me go on the other side. Probably if I film against, well, towards the sun. No, against the sun. Here he goes. So this is how it looks now, guys. This is the rear. I think it looks perfect. And this is the front. So I am running 19s by 8 in the front, and the tire size I have is 245s 40s. That's the front size, and the rears are 275 35s. I don't know if you guys can see that. They are chunky tires. The reason I have the chunky tire was because I wasn't planning on lowering my car anytime soon, but like I said, I came across these springs and I couldn't let them pass up, and I don't want to slam this car like I had my Lexus. You guys are following the channel for a while. I had my Lexus lowered on BC Racing coilovers, and that thing was dumped. I had stretch tires. I was with that whole hella flush movement, like I was just dumped. Stretch tires, super deep dish rims that were like, I think 18s by 10 or something like that, 18s by 10.5. These are more subtle. The back does have a slight lip, if you guys can see right there. I do not rub, thank God, even with the car full. So the front could use a little bit. Actually, I'm pretty flush, so I'm good. If I poke it out more, the fender will hit with the body roll that it has, you know, when it's driving. The back is just flush, like perfect. Like it has probably like a centimeter, a few centimeters out, but I guess when the car does go down, it flexes and it doesn't hit. That's a bonus for me. Yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think about the H&R lowering springs on the BMW 328i, my 2016. There's nothing much to say, but I like it. It's coming along perfect. Before the year ends, I will go over a list of what I have done to it. Nothing crazy, but yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. This thing looks sexy. I'm not gonna throw cinematics up because I don't have my big camera. I have my GoPro, and it's not the same for me, so woo, it looks sexy. Alright, you guys, that's it for the video. If you guys found the video helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. By no means was this a complete tutorial. This was like tips and tricks in how to assemble certain stuff so you can get to what you need to do. But yeah, guys, if I could have done anything better, please comment down below. I do have one recommendation. If you guys are gonna do springs, get yourself a spring compressor, because their fronts are more longer to disassemble than your rears. Just thought I'd give you guys that. And not that much left to say, but please comment down below and consider subscribing. If you do subscribe, please turn on the post notification bell so you guys can know every time I upload. With that being said, guys, peace out. See you guys on the next one.